start there. What's your reaction to promotion and?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to be a Blue. This is a tremendous organization from ownership group down to Doug and down to everyone. I'm excited to help build a new chapter here and keep going. We've had a lot of success, and now it's time to keep pushing forward.
As far as what you've seen so far this week out of this crop of prospects, what are your general thoughts on it?
Well, we're bigger and we're faster, that's for sure. I think you see that the draft that we had this year, there's a lot of big guys coming in. I see what we did yesterday in the trades. We're trying to get faster. We're trying to add speed to our team. Again, the growth of the prospects has been good. That's the one thing that these development camps are for, is to recognize the newly drafted players, see what they're all about, as well as kind of see the growth of your guys you drafted in years past. So, again, the skill out here is, I said it last year, it's been upped again this year. The speed has been up, so I'm really excited about the future with the Blues, especially with all these young guys coming in and what we have on our team now.
What have been your impressions of a guy like Theo Lindstein?
Well, you know what? I didn't know much about Theo. Obviously saw him last year at development camp, and I went over to World Junior this year, and he was a standout for Team Sweden. So, again, just trying to get bigger, trying to get a little stronger, get his feet under him. He makes good plays. He's solid. He's one of those guys you don't notice a whole bunch because he's not going to flash and dash, but he makes good plays all over the ice. And the World Junior, when you're playing against your peers, the best in the world at that time, he stood out. So I'm really excited about his year coming up. He's going to play in the Swedish Elite League again. He'll get more minutes, and again, for his growth and development, playing against men, it's going to be huge for him.
You feel like the fact that he's been playing against grown men over there, has that kind of given him a leg up?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. We do like the CHL and U.S. colleges here. Again, you're playing against kids your own age. But when you're playing a men's league, and only certain players can adapt to that pretty quickly, and like he did last year. But the growth is faster when you do that. So I think that with him, you have to make sure that these kids can handle that. Not just physically, but mentally. They're playing against men, and those guys that they're playing against have careers. They have children, their families. So it's a lot that goes into that. And he's adapted. So it's been a good situation for him.
Is Stenberg in the same
exact same? Yeah. Again, there's another guy that had a great World Juniors. It was fun to watch, and it's fun to be a part of that World Junior, going over there, and everyone says that all your St. Louis Blues prospects just keep scoring, and they all had great tournaments, and it was fun to watch. And again, we're looking forward to the growth of them, and they have to take another step over there this year, and they have gotten bigger, have gotten a little stronger. So that's the growth and development of each player.
I don't know when the last time you saw Dvorak before this camp was, but does he look like he's further along than the last time you saw him?
He's stronger, that's for sure. And again, last year's situation when he started over in the league, wasn't playing a whole bunch, and Doug made a quick reaction and got him over here, and everyone raved about his play this year. So he had a great year. He's a so driven kid. He's going to come over and try in August and be around the team and skate with them and be around them. So he wants to give himself every opportunity to make the lineup. At the end of the day, he's still 19 years old. He still needs to grow. But this is up to him. We're going to allow him to prosper here and give him every opportunity. And he's excited for it. He's just so driven. He's just like you see out here in the games and practices. When things don't go his way, he gets a little frustrated. But he's just a driven kid, which we love.
With guys like Dvorak and Stenberg, what areas of their games have grown besides getting bigger and stronger?
Well, it's a cliche, but defensively, just understanding that every play on the ice matters. You give up the puck in a certain area, it can cost you. Your team spends 30, 40 seconds in your own zone. So it's understanding the details and importance of what they cost the team or the assets that you can bring. And I think these kids, as they grow, they understand the importance of those details, and it is winning and losing.
As far as Snuggerud is concerned, it's probably unfair. There's a certain fan base out there wondering why he's balking at making the jump from an organizational standpoint. Do you respect his decision and the fact that maybe he feels like he wants to get better and he's not quite ready yet?
Yeah, absolutely. He's wants to go back. He wants to get bigger. He wants to be stronger. He wants to be a leader there. And again, we support his decision. When he's ready, he's going to turn pro, and he'll be a real good St. Louis Blue. So, again, we're just there to help him and help him along and making sure sure that he's getting bigger, getting stronger, doing the right things, understanding, again, the details on the ice. Those are things that he's going to learn and go through. So he's going to play on a good team again this year. He's going to be a leader. That's another step when these kids come out. You want them to be leaders. You want them to be counted on every single night. So he's going to get that at Minnesota. And it's for him, he's just not mentally ready. And every situation is differently. If he was mentally ready, he would have come out. And he just doesn't feel he's just mentally focused, or not focused, but wrong words. He's just not mentally ready to take that next jump as of yet. He is close. And we support him because I think this can be a great year for him. He's looking forward to it. All his teammates are back there working out now and skating, so it's a good situation for him.
What areas do you feel like he's improved in over the last year?
Well, you know what? I think that I've been locked back in that room for 2 days of free agency stuff, but coming out and watching him, he's got a extra step this year in his stride. And that's one thing that I think that we all want him to work on, and he's done a good job of that. He's going to be at the university all summer again, working out with his rest of his teammates. So getting a little bit. I mean, it is a cliche, but as these kids get older, they get stronger and they develop differently. And he's developed a half a stride here now, so we want to keep moving that right direction.
One guy that we don't ask a lot about, Peterson, just where does he track? Like, how do you guys view him in the organization?
Well, he came in last year after his season at BU, obviously disappointing, losing in the final game. But he came in and played really well. He was such a inspiration those 2 games in Springfield. He's again the direction we're going, big and can skate. He brings both those elements to his game, so we're excited for him. We like to see him how he does a full year at pro, but now coming in, he's got a fresh slate, but because he spent those 4 years at BU, now he's come to turn pro hockey, and he seems to be ready. There's a kid that's ready to go. He's ready to make that jump. He's really excited. So it's a hard league. Turning pro for U.S. and U.S. colleges and CHL, that hardest jump is that level to the AHL, to pro hockey. AHL to NHL, the guys are going up and down all the time. There's not much of a difference. There is a difference, but not much of a difference on an everyday scale. But these guys, that biggest jump is from college and to the pro hockey, and he made it last year. So we're excited to see what he can bring for 82 games this year.
Is Kostomaki coming over this season?
We're hoping so. That's not 100% yet. We're hoping he will spend the full season over here, but we're looking forward to it. Now, he's a year post of the World Junior, so he looks like he's ready to come over. So we'll decide that in August if he's going to be full-time.
And then with Robertson, who is coming over, right?
He is coming over, yeah.
What makes it ready for him?
Well, he's a stockier body build. He could skate, and again, another thing that we're looking for. He knows his role. That's the one thing that was good for him his development last year. He's defined his role as a pro player in that Swedish Elite League. So now he comes over and he knows in his mind what he has to do to be a pro player here.
What was that role for him?
Third, fourth line guy, good skater, creates energy. He gets on pucks, creates turnovers. A guy that can kill penalties. He's just one of those energy guys that every team needs. It doesn't not get overlooked in our organization because you need every piece of the puzzle to win.
We've asked Doug, and Tony's commented on him too, but from your perspective, what stands out to you, and why was Juracek the right guy for you?
Well, obviously Tony saw him a lot more than I did. I saw when he got injured there in the World Junior, but we're trying to get bigger in the back end with more skill. Throughout our whole organization, and he brings all those elements. Obviously, we signed him yesterday, so we're excited to have him. He had the knee injury, so I think he's about 3 weeks to a month away here from getting on the ice. So, again, another young player that we're excited to have in the organization. Great attitude. He's eager to go, and a guy that brings some more skill in the back end from us.
With Pekarsic, what kind of jumps did he make it with Dubuque this year?
He had a great year. It's almost like Dvorak. He came over and he started playing against kids his own age and being around kids his own age, and he really blossomed. He roomed with Marty St. Louis boy Lucas last year, so I still stay very close to Marty as well still. So he clued me in every other day on how it was going. So they had a good team, and he took strides. Again, coming over from Europe, the bigger ice surface to a smaller ice surface, you have to make plays a little quicker and get that style of north-south, and he adapted that pretty good. He's got a big body that pushes guys off. He plays heavy game. He's not where he doesn't go through guys, putting it through legs. He kind of pushes and goes over guys. So he learned to do that and hang on to pucks more at Dubuque. So that's going to help his game this year moving forward. So he's going to be in the CHL this year playing. We just can't tell you what team it's going to be, but he is going to play in CHL this year.
Tim, I should know this, but is that Arnott kid out there? Is he related?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
What's the relation?
That's a son.
Son?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I didn't know if it was.
Yeah.
he was-
So it's Wade Arnott, the
Oh, right,
agent.
the
Yeah.
agent,
Yeah.
okay.
And then just on Stansel, obviously he's injured. What is he dealing with, and how long is that?
He is very close. I think he is 2 weeks away from doing some therapy on it. So again, we're hoping that he can come over and play in the CHL. He should be ready for the start of the season. But as you see, walking around, another big guy that could skate, and he was one of those guys that played really well at the World Championship or World Juniors last year. So looking forward to see what he can bring, his added strength this year and his development from last year carry over.
Just broadly speaking, I mean, a lot of these Europeans, you seem to want to get over to North America, whether it's USHL, CHL. Just what does that help from an organizational perspective?
Well, we just want what's best for their development. What's going to keep them, because sometimes when they're over there, it's a really tough league there, and some guys just can't adapt right away, or there's not to the point where they can play the minutes they need to play to develop. So every situation is totally different. We do like them coming over. We just like them to play in the best spot that's possible for to reach their goals in each year. We don't like players to be stagnant for a full year, because it's such a young league now. You can't afford to have guys not develop. They have to take a step every year. So that's our philosophy. They just have to play in the best spot that's available for them to grow.